Was born in middle class. She was educated in Pakistan, initially in Rawalpindi, Pakistan, and then she moved on to Karachi, and then she moved on to London so that she can acquire a degree in arts, and she has acquired a degree in arts. After that, she has been running around the world, and she has been representing Pakistan throughout the world, one of the very famous and well-known names. And put your hands together for Sheema Kermani!
Thank you. Adab, salam, and good evening to such a wonderful audience in this beautiful auditorium. And at the closing of this wonderful festival, the Lahore Literary Festival, at which I was here for the first time, and I have really enjoyed it, and it has been a pleasure and an honor. So thank you. What you just witnessed was Aaj Rang Hai, a 14th century mystic, Sufi, saint, poet, philosopher, statesman, mathematician, a musical genius, inventor of many musical instruments and musical genres. One of them is what is called Qawl, or the very first Qawwali that was ever written and sung. And I must share with you that I am, as far as I know, I'm the first person who choreographed to a Qawl. And when I was doing this, and this is done well over 20 years ago, and when I was first doing this, when I was choreographing to this, many people, believe me, came and said, but you can't dance to this. This is devotional. This will be blasphemy to put on ghungroos and dance. But my answer was that all these people themselves, Ameer Khusraw included, sang and danced at the shrines and at the mazars. And for them, this was a moment of unity with something larger than themselves. Recently, we have lost a very big name, a great writer, a great poet of the Urdu language, Fahmi Daryaz. I have had a very deep and close relationship with her right from the time that she came back to Pakistan in 1972, and since then we have done many collaborations together. And I have used a lot of her poetry in my work. One of the greatest feminist poets of the Urdu language. Today, in her memory, I'm presenting a poem which she wrote using dance as a symbol of liberation, as a symbol of freedom. And for me, it became a very important poem because, as many of you know, we have lived through times when dance was actually, especially by women with ghungroos on stage, was banned in Pakistan. And over the years, it still continues to be such a taboo and so difficult to do this. So she has used dance as a symbol of women's freedom. And for those, because I am aware that there are many in the audience who may not understand the Urdu language, I'll just give a very brief thing. This poem is titled, Aao eh hum watano, raqs karo, come, my fellow country people, come and dance with me. It starts with a woman who's locked up in her room, in the four walls. She's lonely and she has not heard the sound of laughter of children. She has not seen love. She has not seen happiness. And then all of a sudden she hears a sound. And that sound is the sound of a procession of people going by, a procession which then lifts up her spirit, because that life, that energy breathes life and energy into her. And she says that she desires to dance the song of freedom, the dance of anger, the dance of sorrow, the dance of love, the dance of hope. So, and may I also add that all this music that you hear is like the first one, the Qawwali. We have had it composed and recorded. This particular piece that you're going to see has also been composed by Noor Sahab, and it is sung by Gulshanara Sayyed. आओ है हम वतनों, रक्स करो, रक्स करो. मैं बैठ जाऊं तो फिर म्यूजिक ऑन करना. सीटियां भी बच गई. It's a little unusual to find सीटियां and इस किस्म की चीज़ at a classical dance performance. However, I understand it's your appreciation, so thank you very much. The next dance is slightly different. Yes, if you जरा सी अगर हॉल में लाइट्स दे दें तो ये लोग बैठ जाएं, because I think it's a little dark for them. An aspect of a classical dancer's repertoire, an important aspect, is always what is known as abhinaya or nritya or expressional dance. Here, the dancer uses all at her or his disposal, the facial expressions, the eyes, the hand gestures, which are known as the mudras, which mean something. Every mudra has a meaning, and of course the body postures. And basically what is done is that whatever is in the essence or the ras of a certain lyric or a certain poem is then by the performer, the performer then tries to convey that, her or his understanding of that mood, that ras, to the audience. Another very great name, which one cannot ever forget, all these great writers and poets who have passed away, but their writings, their thoughts, their poetry will always live on as long as humanity is there. A poem by Faiz, Ahmed Faiz, called Yaad. And once again, Yaad is remembrance or memory. And the poet, even though finds himself sitting in a desert of loneliness, it is the memory of the beloved, the sound of her voice, the mirage of her lips, the fragrance of the beloved. All this in the poet's memory brings strength and beauty and energy, and the person imagines that even though it is the night of separation, it seems as if the day of union has arrived. So, Yaad by Faiz, Ahmed Faiz. And may I also add, once again, this is an original recording, and the voice is Vilayat Hussain. Sorry, is everything okay there? Okay. And I would really appreciate a little, since this is a solo piece, I would appreciate a little concentration, because I need the concentration and I need your attention. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad you enjoyed it and appreciated it. And may I just add here that basically I'm an Odissi dancer. I do a style, classical style called Odissi and Bharatanatyam. However, I feel that a dancer is a dancer. And whatever can be expressed in whatever way, it is something beautiful. Dance is something that is in us and will always remain as long as humanity is alive. The journey of dance has indeed been very long. I look at dance from the time of human evolution, when from all fours we got up, straightened our spine, and we looked around us at the beauty of nature, the trees, the water, the hills, the flowers, the animals, the bees, the fish, whatever. And I believe that this moment, this very moment of going round, was perhaps the first step, which we call dance. And before knowing that the world was round, we did the rounds, the chakkar, the pirouette, the goal. And in a genre of dance which is known in our country as dhamal, where you take the chakkar, it is practiced in different ways, in different cultures. You have Mevlana Rumi doing the chakkar. You have Ameer Khusraw's Tarana chakkars. And you have the dhamal. You have Bulisha. We have in Sindh Shah Abdul Latif Bitai. We have Ameer Khusraw. We have Sachal Sarmast. We have all the great people who sang and danced. And still we say dance should be banned and dance should not be allowed. I say we will continue dancing. Tere ishq ne nachaya, thaiya, thaiya. Music, music.